Aaron Rodgers has been a very selfish guy.
There's a lot of drama that went down earlier this morning in regards to the Aaron Rodgers situation, including an all-out war between him and some of his former teammates. One that we are all very much familiar with, a man by the name of Greg Jennings, and well, what Aaron Rodgers might do, whether this report is true or not, is a huge indicator of what his future plans are. Now, before we get to the content, we are giving away $500 to a subscriber that turns on our notifications on this channel. We are doing the same exact giveaway for a follower on my Instagram page. Now that we got all that out of the way, break! Are you still smelling musty after your workout at the gym? Even though you took a shower? Probably because you're not using the right essentials, bro. Thankfully, our buddies at Manscaped have developed brand new products just to take care of this problem for you. Starting with their 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, which is infused with coconut water, green tea, aloe, turmeric, and sage. This non-greasy formula is naturally hydrating and rich in antioxidants to revitalize the look and feel of your hair. Once your hair is rinsed, pump the Manscaped body wash onto your loofah and scrub your entire body. Their body wash is a premium daily shower gel that's infused with aloe vera and sea salt, which gives the perfect balance of tough cleaning and soothing hydration. Once you've toweled off, make sure you use the Manscaped body spray, which is my personal favorite. It's basically a spray-on lotion for everyday hydration that is distributed through a 360-degree delivery spray system for an even application and easy access to those hard-to-reach areas. Then you can grab the Manscaped deodorant and apply it to your pits. And their deodorant is the real deal. It's aluminum free, it's stain free, it dries clearly, it's scented with refined cologne, so you are smelling great and ready to go in no time. And lastly, grab the Manscaped lip balm and apply some. The lip balm has vitamin E, peppermint, and eucalyptus oil to help soothe, hydrate, and seal in moisture. Boom, fellas, that's 5 easy steps in 5 minutes, and when you use my promo code FLIGHT, you'll get 20% off of your purchase at Manscaped. That's promo code FLIGHT for 20% off, and thank you, Manscaped, for the sponsorship. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Guys, the latest Aaron Rodgers news that I've gotten is very strange to say the least. The first comes from Diana Rossini, and this is as of yesterday. I personally didn't think I could make a video on this because I feel like if I made a video on this,
a lot of you guys would just look at me kind of funny.
Because I can't even understand why an individual would tweet this. Diana Rossini says that Aaron Rodgers will be informing the Packers of his decision soon, per league sources. I'm told there are multiple teams with offers on the table, but of course, nothing can happen until the Green Bay Packers allow a trade. This is all stuff that I felt like I knew previously, and you remember when Aaron Rodgers said that,
hey, I'm not going to drag this on that long.
Well, it seems like Aaron Rodgers is dragging this on way longer than it needs to be. My good friend Brandon Perna had like the perfect response to this on Twitter, where he said, Aaron Rodgers on Tuesday, I'll make a decision soon. Sports media on Thursday, sources say that Rodgers will make a decision soon. It's like, is the source Aaron Rodgers in his own words? Which, speaking of Twitter, I think I may have peaked on Twitter with this tweet over here. But I digress. Ultimately, there are updates that I need to give you from the Green Bay Packers side, Aaron Rodgers side, and Aaron Rodgers' ex-teammate side. So the first comes from Rob Demovsky, and it's about 2 days old. This man has always been very consistent with his reporting in regards to Aaron Rodgers, saying that the Green Bay Packers general manager says that he has never promised to trade Aaron Rodgers. So that begs the question that we are all wondering, what do the Green Bay Packers do if Aaron Rodgers says he wants to play for a different team in 2022? Well, general manager Brian Gutekunst said that those are some hypotheticals that I don't think we're going to go down those roads right now. That was not something I told him, but again, I think the whole conversation with Aaron last season before he came back was that regardless, at the end of this past season, that we would sit down as a group and we would work it out one way or another, because I think we've got as good of a shot as anybody to win a Super Bowl next year. Aaron Rodgers is the MVP of the league. That's our goal. I think we have an opportunity to do it right now, and that's why. What's really interesting interesting is what is going to happen to Jordan Love. And ultimately, if the Packers would want to trade Jordan Love, which apparently they don't want to trade Jordan Love, this would be the offseason to do it. This year's NFL draft features a very weak quarterback class. I mean, we're talking 2013 NFL draft where EJ Manuel was the first pick as a quarterback bad. And that's no offense to Matt Corral, that's no offense to Malik Willis, that's no offense to Sam Howell. It's just there's no Trevor Lawrence or Mac Jones or a Justin Fields or anything like that this year. And as a matter of fact, according to Mark Eckel, who I'm going to be honest, I'm not really familiar with him, a former NFL executive says that the Packers quarterback Jordan Love is better than any of the current QBs in this year's draft class, which could be very interesting, man, because Jordan Love's option is set to come up soon, whether the Packers want to pick it up or not. And this would be the ideal year to see what you have in Jordan Love and maybe trade Aaron Rodgers and get a bunch of first round picks. But so far, the Green Bay Packers have opted to do their absolute best to create as much salary cap space as humanly possible. They've done this with a myriad of restructures, and ultimately, the report that came out earlier this morning is one that is very controversial because we're very unsure whether it's true or not. The report being that Aaron Rodgers reportedly wants to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, and he wants to get paid $50 million a year. Now, ultimately, this was enough for Greg Jennings, notorious Aaron Rodgers hater that was once his teammate, to hop on the bandwagon and call him out for being selfish.
You're trying to take a large chunk of the pie, knowing that Davante Adams is out there, a guy that you want to play with if you are to come back to Green Bay, knowing all these things, that if you are to take this amount of money, you understand what this would mean and what this does to your personnel. You potentially will have to get rid of some guys. And so for me, this is a little like, wait, all of a sudden it's about the money. Aaron Rodgers has been a very selfish guy, like, period.
And it's really funny, man. If you watch this clip from First Things First, you can tell that Nick Wright is trying his best to like poke Greg Jennings and get him to say some personal stuff that he probably shouldn't be saying.
You alluded to a personal experience, but can you give us a little more there on what you were talking about? Maybe a little more? Do you feel comfortable?
And Greg Jennings just takes the bait.
I remember when I was up, BJ Raji was up, Clay Matthews was getting ready to be up, and Aaron was getting ready to be up. Aaron Rodgers came to me when I signed my deal with the Green Bay Packers, my extension, my first extension after my rookie deal. And his words to me were, don't be that guy. Don't sign this contract and then want more money. Now, all of a sudden, you forget those words that you have poured out.
Here's the thing. If Aaron Rodgers wants $50 million a year, then you could completely write off the fact that he's going to return to the Green Bay Packers. There's like no hope whatsoever of this man signing a $50 million annual contract with the Green Bay Packers and being successful. As a matter of fact, if you do sign a $50 million contract with the Green Bay Packers, there's no way you could retain players like Davante Adams and Robert Tonyan. It's just not possible. Which is why, if this report is true, you could make an argument maybe he goes to the Denver Broncos. They have a much more favorable cap situation, and they haven't even restructured anyone's contract yet. On top of the fact that they hired Aaron Rodgers' buddy and former offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett. So if this report is true, then it is a clear indication that Aaron Rodgers might be on his way out. Side note, John Kuhn, the fullback of the Green Bay Packers Super Bowl winning team over a decade ago, actually called out Greg Jennings, saying that you were that guy that was a little bit too selfish with his contract. I think alluding to the fact that Greg Jennings eventually joined the Green Bay Packers division rival, the Minnesota Vikings. Now here's the important part of this entire situation. According to multiple sources, one being Andrew Brandt and the other being none other than a man that doesn't really identify himself as a source and kind of broke the mold for the first time in his career, Pat McAfee, this report isn't true, saying, according to Andrew Brandt, listen, if the Rodgers Green Bay issues were just about money, this would be resolved by now. Packers have shown willingness to pay top of market and push out cap pain. All these rumors seem to subterfuge for the real reasons, whatever they are. For what is going going on between the team and Aaron Rodgers. Then you have on the Pat McAfee show, Pat McAfee said, and I'm assuming this might be via AJ Hawk, I don't know who this is via, but you rarely have this man coming out and saying whether something's true or not. He usually just commentates on the report very similarly to the way I do. He'll commentate on reports that are out there and try to dive into whether or not they're plausible or not and what the cause and effect of each report is. But this time he came out and said that this report of Aaron Rodgers wanting $50 million a year is quote unquote categorically false. Which brings me to my next point. It seems like Greg Jennings was way too willing to hop on the Aaron Rodgers' selfish train. I mean, it seems like this individual just takes whatever opportunity there is to absolutely roast Aaron Rodgers. Now, Greg Jennings isn't the only person that's alone in this, because to be honest, the fact that he lacks complete social awareness and wasn't able to see what Nick Wright was trying to do just gives you an idea of the intelligence quotient this individual has. But on top of that, Nick Wright trying to prod Greg Jennings into slandering his ex-teammate, which, bear in mind, he would have done it anyways. I personally think he would have done it anyways. It just goes to show you the current state of sports media. I mean, this entire report, I'm choosing to believe, is categorically false because an individual close to Aaron Rodgers states it's categorically false. You could make the argument that it's true because a year ago there was this conversation about Aaron Rodgers potentially wanting to be paid significantly more than his current contract gave him. But in this instance, it seems like Fox Sports didn't even take the time to ensure that this report was true or not. They just jumped on the bandwagon. I don't even know what the original source for this $50 million per year demand came from. I don't know. I've just been going through a lot of these narratives recently, and just seeing how far people are willing to take the Aaron Rodgers stuff personally just shocks me. I understand diving into the man's Instagram pictures and trying to decipher whether or not he's being cryptic, because I honestly think that's fun. I mean, maybe it's because it reminds me of when I was in high school and I had to, dive into Macbeth and Shakespeare and try to figure out the symbolism behind it, but it kind of reminds me of that, and I think it's pretty fun to try to decipher what this man's gonna do next. But coming out and making a claim that Aaron Rodgers is selfish based upon the idea that he wants $50 million a year, based upon a report that isn't true, and just being so quick to jump on that bandwagon when this man was responsible for your only Super Bowl ring and both of your Pro Bowl appearances, is pretty pathetic. Now, as a result, Greg Jennings is just getting so much flack from current and ex-Green Bay Packers. You have Preston Smith coming out and saying, I don't know how anyone can publicly talk down on a current or former teammate. That's a major character flaw. You have Kurt Bankert coming out and saying how great of an individual Aaron Rodgers truly is. And look, I give people rope. There's times where I'm too quick on news and I jump on narratives way too freaking quickly. But I don't go as far as to slander individuals and tell personal stories about them in that instance. But we have a lot more Aaron Rodgers news to get to other than the absolute pathetic nature of Fox Sports' reporting today. So with that being said, this entire situation in regards to Aaron Rodgers' future is one gigantic mystery, because on one hand, you could take his Instagram posts where he's being gracious towards his teammates as, oh, this might be goodbye. There's even some symbolism in there with Randall Cobb and Davante Adams standing for the national anthem without Aaron Rodgers in between them. Or you could also look at that as a ploy to try to get Shailene Woodley back, which apparently it seems to be working so far. Needless to say, Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to predict at least before the end of March, will have his decision. And originally I thought he was going to be a Denver Bronco, but even now I'm kind of confused. Like, I can't say with the utmost confidence and definitively he's going to be a Denver Bronco because I don't know what his priorities are. If he's feeling sentimental and he really enjoyed the locker room atmosphere and he truly appreciates the relationships he's formed with Matt LaFleur and the rest of his teammates, then I think he'll stay with the Green Bay Packers. But if he wants to win a Super Bowl and follow his buddy Nathaniel Hackett to the Denver Broncos Broncos and have an opportunity to have some very competitive games against Patrick Mahomes twice a year. There's cap space, there's great wide receivers, there's a great running back group, there's a great defense in place there, there's assets. They recently traded Von Miller and got a significant amount of draft capital as a result of that. Then you could anticipate him going to the Denver Broncos. So still, this entire situation's a gigantic mystery to me. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think's gonna happen next. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.